Hi, how y'all doing? Saturday, the 17th, I think, or the 16th. I think it's the 16th, actually. 16th of November, 2024. Here in Ontario, Canada, the skies are blue. Not a cloud in the sky, right? It's a 9, so the mothership left. Got done doing what I had to do, picking up who I had to pick up, I guess. I slept really well last night. No cramping, nothing. Um, Watched a couple of videos today on YouTube. Shavi Zane, and Dr. Kia Pruitt. And Shavi reminded me of why I'm doing this and who I am, right? And it doesn't matter how many views or subscribers I have on my channel, as long as there's one person watching, right? Because that one person might go out and have a message to tell 100 or 1,000, right? And therefore, I've reached more than what the numbers say. Because the YouTube is not meant for people like me to promote, because I tell the truth, right? So they hide stuff. And that's okay. That's what the dark has to do. It's their job, right? But ever since I started my channel, I've had, for a year or whatever, I had one person that viewed my videos every day. And I'm grateful for that one person. And hopefully they've gained knowledge and have passed on some wisdom. So yeah, um, Dr. Kia Pruitt, on the other hand, awesome news, right? She has receipts for everything she talks about. She has for the last couple of years that I've been watching her. And today she made a video because she's really happy about NESARA GESARA as a thing, and she's proved it, right? Because one of her viewers in Guyana had said that their president just made an announcement yesterday that he's enacting the NESARA and given each Guyanese, I don't know what to call them, $100,000 each to everyone, and even to those abroad, but they have to go back to get it. And this is what I've been saying. When it gets put out, you have to go back to your own country to get your money. Thus, the immigration problem is fixed because the people have the money to stay in their own country. They'd rather be there than here. You know, the only reason they come here is because it's so terrible that the cult has made it so hard for them in their countries, right? See, because we were the last to be invaded. They've been invaded for a very long time. So a lot of damage has been done by the dark cult. So I thought, yeah, that's good news. And since Mr. T is already president and has been for the last 4 years, right, in charge of the military, he may get appointed sooner than January, because there might, the Brunson case, you know, the trumpet players, it's all code, you know, um, had their trial, their hearing with the Senate or whoever, and they won, right? But the news don't tell you about that. And they were suing the government of the states for uh, rigging the election, the selection, right? So that's another reason why he might come out, because all they have to do now is bring out the disclosure that this has happened, and they've already started doing it, right? With the numbers for the vote. You know, he had so many votes, but for some reason, and he had more in 2020 than he did this time, but he lost, right? It's showing that the numbers were fudged. And so they have to bring that disclosure out and take Biden and all those Congress people will all be tried for crimes against the people. You know that word starts with a T, right? The best letter in the alphabet, right? And that'll put him right in front, smack dead center in where he needs to be. The president. Signed, sealed, and delivered. He's yours. right? Trudeau should be taken out shortly too. It has to be before January, right? By the end of December. So good news. Only, I think that the $100,000 for the Guyanese is cheap, unless that's what they're going to give them every year, but a one-time payment, I wouldn't take it. I'm holding out for the land. That's what Rod Hayes says. If they come to you offering you money or land, take the land, because their fiat dollar isn't worth anything, right? Just a thought. You should think about that, because the land never depreciates. So yeah, because we can heal it. Also, I was watching a YouTuber last night in France or somewhere, and he's lived off the grid all his life, and he's in his 30s. And who was this? Oh, I can't remember his name, the YouTuber. Crap. Peter Santorini or something like that, right? Was shocked. He's like, how do you garden? You don't use fertilizer or anything? He says, no, right? I use my hoe and muscle power, and everything grows. You just change your crops around, look after your fields. And I was like, that's the same way I've always gardened. I've never used fertilizer. I let Mother Nature take care of it. And my plants are always turn out good. I don't know why people started using fertilizer. In the old days, they used cow manure, right? But never store-bought shit. So yeah. I don't know what the Schumann is today. They haven't posted. So, how do you feel? My ear is ringing really loud again today, especially my left. My legs are antsy, but this is a nerve thing for me, right? For some reason, my nerves are being attacked. But yeah, my son, oldest, got up and went out today, walking around. I don't know where he went, right? But that's good. He's, that's his life. He was telling, Mom, you should go outside, sit on your front step, have tea, whatever, blah, blah, blah. But just because he likes doing something doesn't mean I do, right? And my neighbors are crazy, and I don't want to have to deal with them. So I'm not going to sit out my front step. Tomorrow is a celebration of life for the man that I used to drive around here, right? And I told his sister I would go for support, right? And I started thinking about it, and there's going to be a lot of people there that are very low vibrational. And one of my enemy, a woman that made me her enemy when I was 5, first day of kindergarten, she might even show up, right? But I'll just put on my big girl boots, pull up my big girl pants, and do what I do, right? Because when I say I'm going to do something, I do it. It's only for 4 hours, and I don't have to stay the whole time, right? So, yeah. We'll see how my body feels about it in the rise, though. And that's what I told her, because of how I am. I might not be able to move very good tomorrow, so, the next day. So, like, one day I'm perfectly fine, healthy and everything, and the next day it's hard to get out of bed. I am in so much icky sensations. So, she understands. She knows somebody that's like that, too. So yeah, I'm just making bread, trying to find something to resonate. Well, I found the 2 women to resonate on YouTube so far, so yep. Source has been speaking to, or I think it's Source, something's been speaking to me directly today, right? Saying, get ready to live your best life, right? You're going to be able to live a life. You're going to be able to go for walks. You're going to be happy, live the life you've always wanted. It's been so long, I forget what that was. When I was young, all I wanted, when I was in my teens, I just wanted to have a union with a man, have a nice house, a little house, and a white picket fence, and a couple of gardens, and just be happy, right? It's not hard. It's simple, right? But I've never taken money out, a loan or a mortgage or anything. I have 0 debt, right? Never financed nothing. So I own nothing. But it also, you have to deal with what you're willing to take. See? So I've lived a simple life, but it's kept me away from a lot of the dark cult. I was thinking yesterday too. My little sister, when she was a baby, mother got an offer from somebody saying that they wanted to put her in commercials on her picture on the Pampers box, diaper box. My mother wouldn't allow it. When I was 13 and I was dispatching at my grandfather's taxi station, a man came that they picked him up from the airport in Toronto and brought him up here because like all the rich people come in this area, this cottage country, right? And I told you they're $1 billion cottages on our lakes, so we have a lot of lakes, right? Came and told me how I have perfect bone structure, I'm a good height, good weight, and he wanted to put me into modeling. He wanted me to be a model, right? And asked to speak to my mother. And my mother spoke to the man and said, no, I'm not doing that, right? She can't do it. And I thought, my mother saved me, right? Could you imagine if they sent me down to the States at that age? It would have been horrible with a dark cult so deep in everything, you know? So I was upset about it too. I wanted to, start, I wanted to do something. But she was like, no, I don't want it to go to your head, right? But in actuality, and I thought it was a bad thing, but in actuality, it was a good thing. It was a blessing, right? So I didn't have to learn that lesson. It would have been too hard. I guess I didn't write it in my book of life. I wonder what I wrote in my book of life for the next stage of my life. I wish I could find it, go back and look. You know what I mean? I know what to be prepared for. But yeah, it is what it is. All right, I think we should get ready for some good news. I told you there would be a big surprise, and it'd be a good surprise, right? It'll make people happy. But we just have to be careful we don't get tricked. You know? Research, read the small print before you sign anything. Go over it a couple of times with a fine-tooth comb. You know? Look at the wordage. What are they saying? You could even get a lawyer to look at it, you know? Make sure that you know exactly what it's saying, because they have legalese, and we weren't taught that, right? It's a way of saying one thing, making us think that it means one thing, when actuality, it means another. So, yeah. All right, I thought I'd do a video now before my boys came back. My youngest boy texted me earlier and said he's coming back today, so he must be having a hard time with his girlfriend. Whether he shows up or not is a different story, because he's done this for the last couple of years, right? Texted me and said, I'm coming home, and then, oh no, it's okay, right? So, yeah, that's what that is, as far as I'm concerned. And like my oldest son, I don't know where he is. He went out and about. I asked him not to drink, and he said he wouldn't, right? He knows my rules now, so that's good, because he comes home and I'll fight with him. Not this way, right? And I cut deep to the bone with that, with this thing, right? It's just part of my nature. Yeah, so just don't piss me off when I don't have to do that, right? I don't like doing it. It hurts me too. But yeah. Don't see any birds out today or anything. It was quiet for a while. So people are starting to come out around the neighborhood now. But that won't last long, because it's supposed to go down to -1 tonight. So I imagine it'll start cooling off pretty fast today. So yeah. All right. I hope we get good news quick. I do. I'd like to see the masks pulled off. But see, because I'm advanced, the stuff I talk about might not happen for another 10, 20 years. Like the ozone coming down and putting us to sleep and all that. All right? Because I see further. But yeah, just see how you resonate with it. See if you hear other people talking about it, you know? people that aren't analytical, that don't have ABCs behind their name, and don't have 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 and more subscribers kind of thing, right? Because the monetized can be bought, period. Remember that. There's nothing, no price or nothing too small. I can't remember how you say that. But you catch my drift, right? I know. Grab it onto my turkey neck. And don't bug me. Oh, well, I'm a Taurus. I like to keep my body in shape or try, right? But there's not much I can do about getting older and sagging skin without going under the knife, and I won't go to anybody for anything. I'll age just the way I have to. So, yeah. Until we get the med beds or the crystal healing chambers and stuff like that, right? I can't wait. Be able to go for walks again. Then I'll be able to travel. Right? I will. And I will travel. Where? I'm not sure. I haven't decided yet. But I've always wanted to see the States as part of my country, after all. North America. Right? It's a big place. And I've only been out east to like Edmonton, New Brunswick, stuff like that. And then to BC. Well, on the train from where I live to British Columbia, I went through every province. But all you see is bush until you hit the prairies. And then it's all flat, grass, no trees, nothing, right? Until you hit the Rockies, and then it starts getting rolling hills. And then you hit the mountains, and it's just like eye-opening. It really is something. So, yeah, I have to go south. I've been east and west. And I've been fairly far north, too. So the only place left for me to go is south. So get ready, right? When this stuff happens and our wealth is given back, I'll let y'all know. And if you want to meet up, right, we'll pick a city or somewhere and we'll meet up, you know, and chat. Have some good food. Stuff like that. Have a barbecue. Wouldn't that be nice? A great big old family style barbecue, right? By a pool or something, or river. That's my idea of fun, right? My children growing up, I used to take them to the rivers and the beaches and the lakes all the time. Because the best things in life are free. So yeah. Alright, I slept good last night too. So here's hoping that continues. As long as we don't have any big earthquakes, or volcanoes, or tsunamis, stuff like that. Alright, I hope you have an awesome Saturday and Sunday. Because I might not talk to you tomorrow, I'm not sure. I love you all as a consciousness. Enjoy this night or day. Okay? Okay. Bye.